Hey everyone! Welcome to We Talk English. Join me as we explore the world of news, one story at a time. We'll break down complex topics, improve your English, and have some fun along the way. Subscribe now and let's learn English together.
Okay, so get ready for this one. Australia is about to try and pull the plug on social media for anyone under 16. Can you even imagine?
That's a pretty big move.
Yeah, they're saying it's all about protecting kids, right?
Right.
You know, from all the stuff that can go wrong online, like body image problems.
Right.
All the misogyny and the mental health struggles, all that.
It's definitely a hot topic. I mean, we all know social media can be a mixed bag, but figuring out where the line is, especially for kids, that's a tough one.
It is. It is. So for this deep dive, we're going to be looking at a Reuters article, and we've also got some insights from Save the Children Australia.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they're a big child advocacy organization. So we're going to be looking at what's pushing this whole ban and also what the critics are saying about it. So buckle up.
It'd be interesting.
It should be. So Australia is really trying to position themselves as like world leaders on this, right?
Right. Yeah. It's a big statement for sure. They're aiming to set a precedent. It'll be really interesting to see if, if other countries follow suit after this.
And they're not messing around. They're already testing out age verification systems to try to enforce this. It's a big deal. And the Prime Minister, he was very clear. He basically said, social media is hurting our kids, and it's time to stop it. So what's the evidence? What are they pointing to specifically?
Well, they're particularly worried about content that's targeted at young girls and boys, like you said, stuff like, unrealistic body images, which we know can be really harmful. And then misogynistic content, all that. There's a lot of research out there that suggests this stuff can really impact their self-esteem and their mental health. And of course, there's the broader concerns around too much social media and how it's potentially linked to anxiety, depression, cyberbullying, all that.
Right, and this is where Save the Children Australia comes in, right?
Exactly.
With a totally different perspective.
Yeah.
They're saying this ban, even if it's coming from a good place, it could actually backfire.
Yeah, it's a really interesting argument. They're basically saying that instead of protecting kids, this ban might just push them toward online spaces that are even less regulated, where they might run into even worse content, and be more vulnerable to exploitation and stuff. It's kind of like trying to block a river, the water's just going to find another way through.
So it's not really solving the problem. It's just pushing it somewhere else where it might even be.
Yeah, exactly. And they're also worried that this ban could get in the way of kids talking openly with adults.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like if a young person's scared of getting in trouble for going on social media, they might not ask for help if they're being harassed online or if they see something disturbing, so they end up feeling ashamed and isolated, which just makes things worse,
Right.
The opposite of what the ban is supposed to do.
Yeah, it's creating a problem instead of solving it.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And, Save the Children also points out all the good stuff that could be lost.
Yeah.
Like social media can be great for kids to connect with their friends, build communities, find information. So a ban could be kind of cutting them off from all that.
Right, like throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Exactly. They're really emphasizing that we need to hold those social media companies accountable.
Yeah.
Make sure they're creating safer online spaces, stricter content rules, educational resources for young users, better ways to report abuse.
Right. So more about working with the platforms rather than just shutting them down.
Exactly. And they're also big on empowering parents and families.
Yeah, what does that look like?
Well, they suggest things like open conversations about how everyone's using tech at home, setting screen time limits, and just being more involved in your kids' online life. All that helps build good habits and creates a safer space for them to explore.
Yeah, it makes sense. I also thought it was really cool that they actually talked to young people.
Oh, yeah.
To get their take on the ban.
Yeah, those insights are so valuable. They talked to this one youth advisor, Dante Casanova, and he made a really good point, He said even with the ban, kids who know their way around tech are going to find a way to get on social media anyway.
Right.
But they'll be doing it without any adult guidance, which just makes them even more vulnerable.
It seems like Australia really wants to do the right thing.
Oh, for sure.
But maybe they haven't thought it all the way through.
Yeah. It's tricky, right? If a ban isn't the answer, then what is?
Right.
How do we balance the risks with all the good stuff?
Yeah.
How do we make sure young people can be online safely and responsibly? It's a huge question.
It is. This deep dive has given me a lot to think about, that's for sure. And it's obvious there's no easy fix here.
Definitely not.
We need to look at all sides of it. So what do you think? How can we build a digital world that's both safe and enriching for young people? That's something I think we all need to be thinking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And again, thanks for joining us on We Talk English.